welcome to my channel. I'm June. It is January, Veganuary, and it's super cold. So I made 3 cozy, comforting, and heartwarming vegan soups that are perfect for chilly days like this. They're super easy and quick to make, healthy and delicious. So the first soup I'm making is vegan cream of broccoli soup. It's one of my favorite soups to make. Let's get right in. Broccoli soup. This is full of protein. I'm using 2 medium heads of broccoli. In this video, I'm making each of those soups in big portions, about 4 to 5 servings. And I've got a small Yukon Gold potato as a binding agent. This is optional. I've got a whole head of garlic, 1 yellow onion, and here's my secret ingredient, avocado. I agree it's weird, but I'm only using about half of it. Maybe less. It's not only another good binding agent, but also makes the soup rich and creamy because it's got the healthy fat. And I'm using unsweetened coconut milk. You can use coconut cream instead if you want it creamier. First, I'm gonna cut the broccoli into bite-sized florets. Never throw away broccoli stems. They're nutritious, and they actually taste a bit creamy in a way. If you have some leftover broccoli stems, you can make this soup entirely with them, without any florets. Trust me, they are that good. Next, I'm gonna dice the yellow onion and peel the entire head of garlic and chop it. This could be too much garlic for some, but I like a lot of it. Then I'm gonna roughly cut the potato. I don't mind the skin, but you can peel it off. I'm gonna wait until the soup is almost done to cut the avocado so that it stays fresh and green. Now let's cook the soup. Get a pot ready, extra virgin olive oil. When the pot is heated, I'm gonna saute the diced onion until translucent, and then add the garlic and cook for 1 more minute. Add the potatoes and all the broccoli florets to the pot. Oh, okay. And just enough veggie broth to cover everything, and cook until the potato and broccoli are soft. Now I recommend that you save some cooked florets for garnish. After about 3 minutes, check them with a fork or by running a knife through them. If it goes through them without any resistance, they are ready. When they're soft, blend with an immersion blender or pour the soup into a blender. I'm not using any salt because the veggie broth I'm using is pretty salty, but season as needed. Add just a bit of avocado. Don't add too much because you don't really want to taste it. And finally, add some coconut milk to make it creamy. And mix. Everything is combined. Lots of black pepper. The soup is done. It's time to serve. Pour it into a large bowl or a mug. Garnish the soup with some preserved broccoli stems, olive oil, and coconut milk, and chili flakes for some heat. Here we have vegan cream of broccoli soup. Alright, let's move on to the next soup. We have onion and carrot soup. I've got 4 medium-sized carrots. Again, I'm making 4 to 5 servings. I'm using a whole large yellow onion. This is onion and carrot soup. I've got a head of garlic and 2 small Yukon Gold potatoes. And again, some unsweetened full-fat coconut milk to make the soup creamy. And finally, some thyme. Step 1. I'm gonna sort of dice the carrots. I don't know if there's a term for this, but you know what I'm saying. You can do the French style and thinly slice them if you're in a rush. I should've. Now I'm not gonna waste these green things, so I'm just gonna cut them in small pieces. Let's peel the potatoes this time because I like it extra smooth. Then roughly dice. Next, instead of dicing the onion, I'm gonna slice it. Then peel the entire head of garlic. Now the easy way to do this is just grab a container and put the cloves in it and just shake super hard. In about 7 seconds, you'll get perfectly peeled garlic cloves. Now all the veggies are ready. Get a pot, extra virgin olive oil. And while the pot is heating up, throw in some fresh thyme and let the flavor infuse into the oil. When the pot is heated, add the onion. So the most common practice when making most chowder or potage style soups is you saute some diced or sliced onion until translucent. Add minced or chopped garlic. Add whatever main ingredients you're using and cook them until fragrant. Add broth or stock. And add the optional binding agent, which this time is the potatoes. And I'm gonna let it simmer until the carrots are soft. This may take some time. Then blend with an immersion blender or blender until real smooth. Finally, add some coconut milk and mix. Look how smooth that is. Lots of black pepper. The soup is done. it's time to serve. Garnish the soup with croutons, which I'll show you how to make in a minute. It's so easy. And some fresh cilantro. So that is the onion and carrot soup. This is so rich and creamy. Alright, it's time for the last soup recipe. So the last soup of the day is roasted cauliflower and garlic soup. This is so flavorful and high in fiber, super low in carb. But before that, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. And this is gonna be a series. I'm gonna be making a lot of soups on this channel, so if you love vegan or plant-based soups, make sure you hit subscribe too. I found this giant cauliflower at the store and I said, yes, I'm making this soup. I've got yellow onion, leek, which is optional. I'm adding it to the aromatics group, which is the onion and garlic, just because cauliflower is a very neutral tasting vegetable. And I found this frozen slice of bread, so I decided to make some croutons again. I've got a whole head of garlic, plus 2 cloves for the croutons, parsley for the croutons, and thyme as part of the garnish for the soup. And I've got some spices to spice up the cauliflower. First, I'm gonna have this big boy because it's just too big. So if you cut it into quarters and run the knife in the stem diagonally, the stem and leaves would just come off, like that, easy. And then just cut it into bite-sized florets. And put the florets on the baking tray. Drizzle some extra virgin olive oil. Season with salt and black pepper. And again, cauliflower doesn't taste like anything, so I'm gonna spice it up with some ground cumin and ground coriander. Toss around the florets on the tray to make sure they're all covered in the oil and spices. For the garlic, I'm just gonna cut off the top of the head of garlic, get a piece of tin foil, and drizzle some olive oil on top. Wrap the whole thing, and put that on the same baking tray. And I'm gonna roast the cauliflower and garlic for about 25 minutes at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. In the meantime, I'm gonna dice the bread. And finally chop the parsley. Roughly chop the leek. Dice the yellow onion. Now this is so extra, but when the cauliflower is roasted halfway, I like to add some fresh rosemary for some more flavor. And put the tray back into the oven. Get a pot, and I'm gonna start with the croutons, extra virgin olive oil. Mince the extra 2 cloves of garlic. And add the bread, and cook slowly until it's golden brown. When it's almost ready, add the chopped parsley. Now we have the crunchy and tasty croutons. Next, clean the pot or get another one, and saute the diced onion and leek with olive oil. If you prefer, you can just put everything in the oven and roast it along with the cauliflower and skip this entire process. But for me, there's something very satisfying about sauteing onions and leeks in a pot when making soups. The cauliflower is finished roasting. Now, the most crucial step that you can never forget is again, save a few of the most beautiful cauliflower florets. Unwrap the garlic. You should be able to get the cooked garlic out of the shell easily with a spoon. Remember, don't do this with your bare hand. Now dump everything into the pot along with just enough veggie broth to cover it. And I'm gonna let it simmer for a few minutes. Then finally, blend until smooth. This is smelling so good. The soup is done. It's time to serve. Top with the preserved cauliflower florets. Fresh thyme. And the super tasty and crunchy homemade croutons. And finally, olive oil and black pepper as always. So that was the roasted cauliflower and garlic soup. This is so tasty and rich. Here you have 3 cozy, comforting and heartwarming vegan soups that are perfect for chilly days.